Wow. That's all I got to say is wow. I mean, it's coming to the point where people are going to have to homeschool their kids. It's really getting to that point because it's come to me that I've realized feminists, you know, the ones these days, they are just fighting for the right to be promiscuous, fighting for the right to be proper garden tools. And if they have kids as proper garden tools, and I'm talking about, the proper garden tools who be proper garden tools for a living, sex workers, they should be in children's books and they should be read by kids. You heard me. So basically they have sex worker single moms in children's books. And for some reason, this should be read for kids. So basically normalizing sex work at the ground level, at the very, very close to the ground level, which is the kids. And children are the future. That's it. For those of you who don't know, like in ancient times, if you wanted to control or conquer people, you would teach the young, you would destroy the old, because the old are the history. All right. And the young and the very young, that is the future. Okay. Basically that. So let's get in with this stupid Sunday that a Twitter user by the name of Bethany S. Mandel, she's basically blowing this out the water. This book that two people sent me in the last week alone, one was a gift, the other is a display in the library. Who wants to explain what a stripper is to their kids, and why do they want us to think it's a great career for a mom? Oh boy, this come on, man. How mamas love their babies. This is what they want. And guess who they put on the picture? Guess who's on this? A black woman, a black single mother. This is what they want to put up there. This is what they want to put up there. Mama who dance just like mamas who clean and think and farm and fly. Use their whole bodies to take care of their baby. Oh, man. Why would you do this? Some mamas dance all night long in special shoes. It's hard work. Unfair to strippers. All we want is a bare living. This, come on, man. How is this? How? Can you imagine your kid? This is crazy, man. This is insane. It really is. This is why people, you know what I remember though too? I remember when someone was talking about this, I believe it's the John Birch Society, when Obama was going to be reelected again for the second term. They were saying that people are going to have to do homeschool, and the government they're going to actually put out mandates against homeschooling your kids. Because what I've been told, that the government and homeschooling, they butt heads. And this is what it's going to come to. You're going to have to homeschool your kids, because this is nonsense. Here's another book a friend saw on display at the library. She picked it out because she thought it talked about how to use quieter inside voice. Nope. It's about pronouns for toddler and pre-K age. Here we go. this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to confuse your kids, at the young age. Here we go. Here we go. This is crazy. Attacking our kids, just attacking them. Why is this kind of woke content being pushed so hard on children's books? In short, everyone in the pipeline is woke. Book agents, authors, publishers, marketing, anyone who isn't is silenced. And who's buying it? Librarians and teachers, also infested with wokeism. Some mutual contacts put me in touch with folks running Heroes of Liberty this summer. Initially, I was like, nope, pass. I don't need to be involved with third-rate right-wing propaganda. But then I looked at the books, and they're different. Let's take a look. Thomas Sowell, all right. I don't know about Ronald Reagan, I'll tell you that much. I don't know about Ronald Reagan because that dude is racist. But Thomas Sowell, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But back to it. I mean, this is what they're doing now. And people are saying, oh, it's okay. What are you doing? You're being a bigot. No, come on. Kids are too young to know this stuff. Striking illustrations, complex prose, and promotion, not just of people I want my kids to know and admire, but their morals too. But this is, why would you do this? Then parents don't have a say in their kids. They're not going to have a say in their kids' education. Parents are not going to have a say. This is what it's saying to me. You're not going to have a say in your kids' education. You're not. That's what it's saying. And unfortunately, if Joe Biden gets elected for a second term, guess what? It's going to be up and in your face. Now let's look at this 2018 article, How Mamas Love Their Babies. So this has been out for a few years now. Mamas work in different ways to take care of their babies, but everything they do is out of love. Illustrating the myriad ways that this is from the feministpress.org. I told you they are not fighting for women actually having rights and women actually going after real obstacles and real challenges, like how women are abused in the Middle East and other countries. No, they just want the right to be as promiscuous as possible with no judgment at all, and men are not to have any standards whatsoever. That's basically what it is. Illustrating the myriad ways that mothers provide for their children, piloting airplanes, washing floors, or dancing at a strip club. This picture book is the first to depict sex worker parent, introducing the idea of bodily labor. It provides an expanded notion of working mothers and challenges the idea that only some jobs result in good parenting. Instead, we reminded that while every mama's work looks different, every mama works to make their baby's world better. How does sex work make the world better? How does it make their children's life better? How do you inadvertently or directly telling young girls that sex work is the way to go if you do not like college? Never mind going to a trade school, never mind opening up your own business, never minding, learning how to drive a school bus or learn how to drive a city bus within your city to make money. No. Be a sex worker. That's the way to be. Come on now. About the panelists, Juniper Fitzgerald is a mother, former sex worker, and PhD based in Omaha, Nebraska. For more than a decade, Juniper worked as a sex worker in various contexts, and she continues to work as sex workers' rights advocate. Oh boy. Aki Nunes is a New York-raised stripper and performance artist. Her film Horror Logic, has been featured in a film festival such as the Sex Worker Film and Artists Festival. She is a grad student at Goddard College in Vermont and the founder of grassroots community project, the Black Sex Worker Collective. Shy Blunt is a Black single queer intersexual feminist mama. What? She works as a youth development coordinator for girls' educational and mentoring services, supporting and empowering survivors of commercial sexual trafficking and exploitation. So, okay. And you're for sex work. I don't get it. I don't. You want to empower survivors, but at the same time, champion the stuff that made them victims in the first place. I don't get it. You want to mentor these young girls to have a better future, but you're with people that are championing sex work. I don't get it. Development coordinator of girls' educational and mentoring services, supporting and empowering survivors of commercial sexual trafficking and exploitation. She is also a proud sex worker who is raising free-thinking, conscious, and magical little being along the way. Like I said, you want to free these young girls from sex work, but still enslave them at the same time by supporting it. This is confusion they're spreading to these people, to these children. Kimberly Cutter is an out sex worker, writer, parent, herbalist, witch, and human rights activist. She has 4 children and resides in Sonoran Desert in a queer co-parenting community. Johanna Robinhand is an artist, illustrator, and college student who she grew up with a very out sex worker mother and spent her teenage years living collectively with sex worker co-parents. PJ Starr is a member of the Red Umbrella Babies editorial collective and is a parent, filmmaker, photographer, writer, researcher, and advocate for the rights of sex workers, immigrants, and people living with mental health concerns. PJ is the director of an award-nominated feature, No Human Involved, about Marsha Powell and a mother who was incarcerated for prostitution for more than 2 years ago. All right. And Sid, a longtime community educator and practicing psychotherapist interested in sexuality, gender, and intersections of race, class, gender, and sexuality. Born and raised in New York City, she has worked with young people, children, and families in nonprofit higher education, public health, and New York City Department of Education schools for the past 15 years. Whoa. This is the mothering book I've always dreamed of. How Mama's Love shifts our narrow definition of what a mother is, what a mother does, what a mother looks like, and what caring for our babies look like. These people are sick. This is a thought single mother's wet dream. To do whatever she wants. She doesn't have to change her lifestyle. She doesn't have to learn a new skill or education. She doesn't have to broaden her horizons. She gets to be whoever she wants to be. Okay? And it's okay. Because no one's going to judge her for it. No one's going to tell her that being a sex worker and a single mother is bad. That she doesn't have to change her careers. This is the world we live in, folks. This is the scary world that we live in. You know, this is this is what we got to deal with. This is crazy. Because with all this going on, I bet you, I'm going to tell you, men are not going to be allowed to have standards. That's it. Men are not allowed to have standards when this happens. It's not, because you already have with the Transformers, that's telling you that if you dare say, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't know disrespect, but I don't date Transformers. You are you have a phobia, and you're wrong. Okay, this is crazy. And the same thing they're gonna do with men who say, you know what, no disrespect, that's what you want to do, but I don't date sex workers. Oh, you're a bigot, you're misogynistic. Okay, you are well, what else would they say? Misogynistic, you're sexist, you're a woman hater, you hate women. Yeah, that's what they would say to you. You hate women. That's what they would say. Men are going to have high standards. They're going to have to invest in a passport. They're going to have to invest in a lot of things to get away from these types of women. And if you have children, homeschooling is going to have to be the way to go. And if you are a dad dealing with baby mama drama, and if she even dares to want to go into the industry and wants to have this book read to your kid, get your kid. That's all I can say. Just get your kid. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.